Today I have a little project I've been working on. I have these RGB spotlights, and I took the bracket off right here on both of them because I'm just using regular incandescent bulbs. So what I did was I took the bracket off, and I had some of this PVC pipe laying around and measured, the pipe, cut it down, and I had to kind of trim it a little bit. And I got these 5-inch bolts. I don't really like the screw head on them, but I'd rather have a bolt, but it's what they had. And they were on like 60 cents a piece, these long bolts were, and the nuts were like 20 cents. So I got 5, but I only needed 4. So, and this is a housing I got at Lowe's. It's a regular like outdoor spotlight, and it has like a little bracket to where it has a piece that comes off of it, and then that way it screws into like an outlet box and the wires run through it. So I just took that off, and these bolts are 1024, which is the same. That's see, it's got this little channel here. I was trying to see if I have that piece right here. Is this is kind of like what it looks like, this piece, and that bolt, that nut there, bolt is a 1024 screw type. So I went and got these 1024. These were 5-inch, but I cut them down to about 4 and around 4.5 or so. So I got these long bolts and the nut that goes with them, and then I took my Dremel, cut these notches. This one goes in on this side where the wire is, so the the wires can come through. And then this other side, I have it chamfered, as you can see on this one and this one here. See, I got it kind of chamfered, so that way it'd fit down in that little spot right there. So because it's angled, and so run the screw through into this, and it holds it pretty tight here. And then for support, I have the bolt going through to the other side. So you need this piece to go right there, and then this other notch piece to go on the other side. And then you just run the bolt through, and you can snug it on this end because it screws into this piece, and it gets really tight. And then I just tighten this nut to make it go, and then this will mount where my spotlights were, these RGB ones, but now this will be there as an incandescent spotlight that I'm using for my lights. So quick and dirty, didn't take me long to do this, fairly cheap. I already had this pipe, didn't use a whole lot of it, just kind of find the center. They're off center just a little bit, as you can see there. It's off center just a little bit, but when it's up on the roof, you won't be able to tell it. So because I was going to use these, but I just don't have enough connections right now for it. So I made these. I've got plenty of AC connections. So yeah, that works out pretty good, and they're pretty solid. I mean, I haven't really tightened them up, but it's not going to move much because it's already mounted. The base is already mounted on my roof. I just have to put the spotlights on. So these are going to go in this place, and fairly cheap. Probably, if you get one of these 5-foot rolls of this stuff, $2 or $3. A couple bolts, 1024 for these outlets here, or the sockets. 1024, run them through, tighten it down, and see, this side will tighten, and this side with the nut. And fairly cheap mount for a spotlight. Thanks.